What if Terrence Bud Crawford loses to Showtime Shawn Porter? What happens then? Oh, let's talk.
Straighter, not a roundhouse right hand.
And that's what we've been talking about. The straight shot is the one where he gets leverage on it.
I don't want to kill somebody
back
for
a little
few
bit.
seconds.
Nah, I want a body on my record.
Now, I want to see you fight motherfuckers. I do. All right, I'm with you. I'm with you. As long as you're trying to fight the great, the best competition.
Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we're here. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we're here. Yo, it's the best, fight the best. If you ain't with the moto, just click the link, bitch, and get buried like the rest. It ain't gonna work how you want it. These trolls already tried, too many come but don't leave. So if you here, you gotta die. I'm spitting straight facts. These bitches crying cause they hate that. The LDBC's the top topic, bitch, hate that. We the ones that bring the truth to these fans. So why you hate, I'ma laugh and keep counting these bands. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link, get the dance. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you.
Welcome to the graveyard.
For the longest time, we have been claiming that Terrence Bud Crawford beats everybody, to include myself. I was on that same train. Claiming he beats everybody, claiming he runs through the division, claiming the only fight out there for him is Errol Spence, just completely overlooking everybody. Whereas Danny Garcia, we overlooked him, overlooking Shawn Porter, overlooking Keith Thurman, overlooking Ugas, overlooking Jerron Boots Ennis, Speedy Rashidi Ellis, Virgil Ortiz, overlooking all these fighters. And people always say, oh, well, you don't overlook this guy, don't overlook that guy, don't overlook this guy. And people may say, oh, well, we're overlooking him, but Terrence Crawford isn't overlooking him. I beg to differ. Because if the only fight that you want is Errol Spence, when you were asked about Shawn Porter, you had no interest. Your only fight was Errol Spence. So it's like I'm partially in my mind, like, you must just not think this dude ain't shit. You must think you just gonna go in there and stop him and beat him like nobody else has before. That's overlooking him. That is overlooking this man. Errol Spence overlooked Shawn Porter. Errol Spence said, well, I'm going to go knock out Shawn Porter. And then he was in a war where some people was like, oh, it's debatable, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But you are, oh, well, I got no interest in him. We're cool and stuff like that. So where does that switch turn on and off? Where does this switch turn on that now you were cool, now you're not cool, so we can fight. Can't fight now because we're friends and we're cool when you have a belt, but now we can fight because I'm mandated to fight you. I don't understand that whole concept. Like, where did the friend things, now y'all not friends no more? I don't think you were ever friends. I think Terrence Crawford always looked at Shawn Porter like a sucker. That's why he didn't go to your wedding. Y'all supposed to be the best good friends that y'all can't fight for millions of dollars. But this thing is like, oh, you getting married? Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go, I got vacation. I'll probably go fishing, watch my kids wrestle or some shit like that. But that's supposed to be your buddy, your best of friend. I think Terrence Crawford always looked at Shawn Porter like a sucker. I think he always overlooked this man. Oh man, you ain't got no boxing skills. You just a linebacker. All I gotta do is move to the left and blah blah blah, move to the right and blah blah blah. Now, what happens if he can't do that? And I know people watching this video are going to be like, oh, man, oh, he's going to do it. Oh, he's going to stop him. Oh, he's going to beat him. Oh, he's going to knock him out. Oh, he's going to do this. Oh, man, Terrence Crawford this, Terrence Crawford that. Just the same exact thing that I said about Shakur Stevenson. I believe Shakur is the goods. I believed it. That man is on my pound-for-pound list. And I said to him the same thing I'm saying to Terrence Crawford and have been saying to Terrence Crawford for 3 years now. Going on 3 years. Shit. Show me. Show me. If Shakur Stevenson would have been like, oh, man, I beat all these dudes and then refused to fight Jamel Herring because they're in the same camp. I don't want to fight Jamel Herring. We're in the same camp. I just want Oscar Valdez. So I'm going to go fight somebody else for a vacant title that don't nobody know. Some dude named Smirnoff Peanutskovich. I'm going to fight Smirnoff Peanutskovich for the vacant IBF belt, or Bumville Arslowski for the fucking vacant WBA or some shit. I'd be saying the exact same thing. Nigga, you ain't showing me shit. Who the fuck? You're fighting Bum Arslowski or Peanutskovich. Really? You ain't, bro, you're not showing me nothing. And that is where I'm at with Terrence Crawford. Show me. That is why this fight for me is so important in how I look at Terrence Crawford, bro. As a fight fan, as a diehard fight fan, this fight right here is the fight that I need to look and gauge this man from a diehard fight fan's perspective. And it is not a guarantee that he beat Shawn Porter. It's just not a guarantee, man. It's not. I don't know any fight that he's ever fought his entire career that he's fought anybody like that. With that dog, that style. Beating him says something. But will he? What if he loses? What if Shawn Porter goes in here and drops this man? What if Shawn Porter catches this man against the ropes? Or if Terrence Crawford gets Shawn Porter against the ropes and starts throwing some good shots and Shawn Porter spins him like he spun Errol and starts wearing away on him himself. And instead of Terrence Crawford holding like Errol did, Terrence Crawford wants that dog to, like he said, oh, when you guys come at me and with the dog and I come at you, I'm gonna come at you with more dog. Any dog that you bring to me, I'm gonna give more dog back. Okay, cool, but that's fan friendly. It's exciting. But it also opens you up to get clipped like you did against Green Beans. So if you start throwing shots with Shawn Porter to get him out of there, and he clips you before you clip him, then what? Then what? He drops you clean. Then what? People are going to start saying, oh, man, see, I told you he don't beat Errol Spence. All of a sudden, the Bud Dick Rider's going to be on my channel like, see, I told you, man, I've been saying this for 3 years, he don't beat him. I've been saying this for a long time, blah, blah, blah. Y'all niggas going to be like, oh, man, listen, you need to take that 40%. You need to take that 40%, man. Listen, man, you need to take that. Because, man, I think Keith Thurman beat you, bro. Man, you might have won, but that was a war right there, and you got dropped clean, man. You was hurt. You was hurt a couple times, man, but that was some dog in you, so you came out of that. But, man, I don't see how you beat Errol Spence. Man, I don't see how you beat Boots Ennis, man. Man, Virgil Ortiz stops you, bro. I wonder if that's going to be the narrative. I wonder, is it, now there's a few people, shout out to my homie Muggs. He's a diehard Bud fan, and I understand why. So it's different with my nigga Muggs. It's different, you know what I'm saying? But with others that are just straight up dick riders, just straight blatant dick riders, you dick ride this man only because you hate Errol Spence, no other reason. But I wonder if Shawn Porter beats him, then what? Is Shawn Porter pound for pound number one? Because if you got Terrence Crawford as pound for pound number one and Shawn Porter beats him, doesn't that make Shawn Porter number one? Shawn Porter ain't on drugs. Shawn Porter ain't ducking anybody. Shawn Porter wants to smoke with everybody. Does that make him number one? I'm just saying. Is BoxRec going to move Shawn Porter up to the number one welterweight in the world? Is Ring Magazine going to have him mysteriously, you beat Terrence Crawford, all of a sudden, now you're the lineal champion at welterweight? I'm just curious. If Shawn Porter beats Terrence Crawford, are people that claims they don't want rematches, are they going to be A-okay with Errol Spence and Shawn Porter fighting for the rematch? Are they gonna be A-okay with that? Oh man, we don't want no rematch. We already know how this went. Are y'all gonna be A-okay with that? Y'all A-okay with that? Y'all fine now all of a sudden with a rematch? Y'all fine with having it? Because he's with Blu-ray now. He wasn't before. In the first fight with Shawn Porter, he was not with Blu-ray. He's with Blu-ray now. This fight, I don't believe, goes the distance. He fights Errol Spence in a rematch. I do not believe that fight goes the distance at all. It's a whole different level of animal. Then what? He beats Terrence Crawford. And then Errol Spence stops him. Then what? Is Bud a bum? Is Bud garbage? Is he washed up? Hype job? Then what? I wonder if the Bud Dick Rider is going to be like, man, it don't matter to me. I still rock with Bud. I don't care. Win, lose, or draw. It don't matter to me. Bud's still that man who still pound for pound. Listen to Shawn Porter. Is Shawn Porter going to mysteriously become elite? Because niggas saying Shawn Porter ain't shit. He lost to all the best competition. Oh, everybody that was good, he lost to. Okay, well, if he beats Terrence Crawford, does that make Terrence Crawford a bum? Does that make Terrence Crawford trash? Because if Shawn Porter loses to all the best competition, and then he beats Terrence Crawford, does that make Terrence Crawford not the best competition? Is Bob Arum exposed now? Because you could have made this fight. Yeah, you could have told EJ, fuck when we fight. Send me the 60-40 now. Yeah, you could have cashed in. Is it the Errol Spence, is it the Wilder Anthony Joshua thing all over again? When Anthony Joshua gets beat by Andy Ruiz, is it this all over again? I wonder what you guys are going to say. I wonder. Oh, well, it ain't going to happen because, Terrence Crawford's going to beat him, man. Terrence Crawford's going to knock him out. Man, Terrence Crawford's going to stop him, man. Terrence Crawford's going to beat him. He's going to beat him half to death. He's going to beat this man better than anybody else. And then what if he doesn't? Now, I know in these comments, in the comments of this video, it's going to be a whole bunch of motherfuckers saying, it don't matter, he's going to beat him, he's going to knock him out, he's going to stop him, it don't matter, this ain't never going to happen, blah, 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 blah. And I ask again, what if he doesn't? What if Terrence Crawford loses? What if he loses on a split decision? What if he loses unanimous? What if he gets knocked out? Then what? BFTB. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And I'm out.